I'm Carrie with the Twin Source, and today we're going to talk about a well-stocked diaper bag. Before we begin, I want to give you just a few simple pointers for when you take the twins out. Particularly in the early days, it can seem a bit overwhelming or almost impossible, and it's not. My first pointer would be to go out based around the twins' schedule. And by that I mean you obviously don't want to go out at 9 o'clock at night if their bedtime's at 7 o'clock at night. But even more simply, if their lunch is at noon, it's great to get to the restaurant at 11:45 so things can get started around noon. And when you order, or when you sit down, when you first order your drinks, I recommend ordering their food from the kids' menu if they're toddlers at that point. That way, the food will come more quickly. It will almost come at an appetizer pace, and then you can enjoy your entrees because they'll take a while with their food, and everyone will kind of be happy the entire course of the meal. The second bit of advice would be is about efficiency within your diaper bag. Your diaper bag shouldn't carry around tons and tons of things for months and months and months. It should be highly efficient so you can grab in what you need and take it out. Diaper bags are meant for quick jaunts throughout the course of a day. It's not an overnight bag, so don't think of it as one. You can just simply keep the things that you need. That way you can find them and use them easily. My third tip would be just to simply give yourself a break with this. In the beginning, it's going to seem a little scary, and as long as you're nice to those around you and aware that you're in a restaurant or other places and polite, if there is a meltdown, people generally react in helpful ways. You just need to be aware of the people around you and ask for help maybe if you need it. Most of the time, people will help without asking. So we'll begin. We'll put the most obvious thing in first for the diaper bags is the diapers. My twins are in different sizes, so I always keep them separate. Usually 3 or 4 is plenty for a day out on each side. And then we have the changing pad. Very simple here. Next up we have wipes, which we keep in just a little plastic thing so that they stay moist. I would like to make a comment about wipes. It's always great for your diaper bag to make sure you carry unscented wipes. That way they can be used not only for their bottoms when you're changing their diaper, but also for their faces and their hands after a meal when you're cleaning them off. The next thing I would recommend is sort of your toiletries, I guess I'd like to call it. First, some Advil is always good to have, and make sure you have their measuring cups. It's nice to have your children's Advil or Tylenol in case they're teething or you just feel like, wow, all of a sudden they're not right and you think you need it. You always want to have it in there. I would also recommend if you are a Mylicon user to have a little bottle with you if the babies are gassy. We always keep a little bit of sunscreen in our diaper bag as well, just in case you're going to be out at the park or something like that. And then I recommend carrying a little lotion, some diaper cream. Now for these we do sample sizes, which you can often get, or they come with other things. Always keep those. They're great sizes for your diaper bag because they don't take up a lot of space. You don't need an entire tube of diaper cream for a day out. So if you kind of think that way, it's better. You'll have a little bit more space in your diaper bag and it'll be a little bit more organized. The last thing we carry as far as kind of toiletries goes is some hand sanitizer. It's something you'll be using all the time to the point where your hands will dry out, but it's always good to have for after your diaper changes. So moving on, this is kind of where I'm going to talk about a couple different things. First, I'll kind of start with if your twins are still an infant. Obviously for breastfeeding, this will be a little bit different, but if you're pumping, you still would probably need bottles. First of all, you're going to need burp cloths. So just a nice little burp cloth. We recommend 2, 1 for each baby. Then 2 bottles, obviously. This kind of estimate is for being out for 4 hours. If you are going to be out for a full day, for an 8-hour day, you can wash, rinse and wash if you want to, or if you can fit it, just throw in a total of 4 bottles. We really recommend if you're out for a few hours and you're doing formula, this ready to feed formula in these smaller cans. It's more expensive, but it's just nice for when you're traveling or when you're out. You can buy the economy larger powder things for home use and then just have these stored away for whenever you go out. It makes your life a lot easier. You simply pour it in and then it's ready to go to the quantity you need. It's great. And then of course, if you are using milk or anything like that, you might want to put it in an insulated bag. That is no problem. And many diaper bags come with these, which my diaper bag did. So just move these in. Next, if you're dealing with toddlers, you're going to need sippy cups. One for each should be fine. Generally what we do is bring them empty. We ask for a glass of milk and fill them up once we arrive, and then they'll have that milk. And then bibs. It's great if you have fraternal boy-girl twins to just buy unisex bibs. So it never matters who has one, or little boy is not wearing a pink bib or whatnot. It just makes it a little bit easier and more efficient for you. And I'm not going to stick these in here because I already have bottles in and formula, so I'm doing pretty good. Second to last is snacks. Obviously this is more for the toddlers. Puffs are great. Those little puffs are great if you have infants and you want to kind of distract them before you all get started. But just some snacks are great to have when we get the twins seated. We almost always just start them with some raisins or a little snack that they can snack on until their milk comes and the rest of their food comes, which we've already placed the order for. If you put them in a larger bag like this, it's easier for you to find, and they're grouped together. So that's why we do that. And then lastly, if you're so inclined, pacifiers. Of course, if you are using pacifiers, these are kind of could be in the case of emergency situation. I recommend 2 to 4 in your bag. And I also recommend using the great little caps that they come with so they don't get dirty, and putting them in an outer pocket. So that way you always know where they are and it's efficient for you. So my diaper bag is now filled. And then before we go, I wanted to show you that my husband has a diaper bag as well. We decided to both have one. His is black, it's a little bit more manly, and it's all stocked up here, ready to go with everything he needs. So that is it. You can do it. Thanks for watching the Twin Source.